Today's news, K-pop trainees forced to lose weight every day or get kicked out of agency.
On a recent episode of the Korean TV show Idol Drama Operation Team, D.Ana from Sonamoo went on and talked about the weight criteria that she was forced to endure on a daily basis as an idol trainee.
It's not a recent episode. It finished airing on July 3rd. This is old news.
It's not old news if it's July, it's only 2 months ago.
I suppose.
It's never old news when we're talking about K-pop, come on now.
I'm just calling out the news source because they just published this and they're trying to draw attention to this negative side of K-pop that, I'm sorry, if you've been into K-pop for a long time, you already know it exists.
Except for this particular instance is interesting because this is a criteria for weight loss I've never heard before. They had daily checks, is that right?
They had a daily weight goal, they got checked, and they could not go home for the day and rest until they met their weight goal. And then they'd go home, they'd order a bunch of food, they'd sneak it in, they'd eat excessively, and then they'd puke their guts out and purge and have very unhealthy eating disorder habits.
Does the weight goal daily mean that every day they had to be a lower weight than the day before, day by day by day?
That's what I would assume based upon what I read. She didn't say how much they had to lose. That's the thing that kind of got me. She didn't say if they had to lose 1 kilogram or a half a kilogram every day. It's still ridiculous, don't get me wrong. It's still absolutely awful thing that happens in Korean K-pop entertainment and actually in dramas too. But she said that it was a criteria to see how determined they were to be an idol.
But this specific instance, it's TS Entertainment Sonamoo debuted December 29th, 2014. They've been around almost 3 years now. I guess some of the trainees that were going for Sonamoo were kicked out because they didn't meet the daily weight goal.
Half of the people who she was training with didn't meet the weight goal and got kicked out despite their singing and their dancing abilities.
On the TV show, she was a little bit vague, and yet she still gave these details. I want to know if, how you were saying, they went back at night, ordered a bunch of food, ate it like a glutton, and then the next day they would be possibly weighing more than when they left the day before after successfully meeting their weight goal. So was the entertainment agency keeping track of their weight day by day and seeing them? I mean, because these girls are already thin to begin with. So if they're exercising, they're training, they're doing their dance practice and all these things, they're naturally burning calories anyways. I'm just trying to think of it logically. Why would they want them to be so thin? This is the sort of pressure cooker that certain facets of Korean society find themselves in when they have these girls who already weigh 110 pounds, like I don't know what that is, a kilogram's like 40 something, and then they gotta go down. And it's so beyond normal thinking, and I hate to say it, but it's probably men that are making these rules.
Yep, that's part of what this show was about, is it was idols that were getting together and talking about the realities and the horrible things in the industry. Other idols that were part of this show talked about how they got negative comments about their looks, long training periods, the importance of age, and about how difficult it is to debut in a group. How they get together and then their managers are trying to find them shows, trying to get them booked, but they put themselves into huge amounts of debt in order to do it, and they're just trying to work that off. And how do you become popular in an oversaturated K-pop market where there's so many idol groups to compete against? One way is by being extra thin, I think.
I also think TV shows like this are important, and therefore us sort of talking about it too, because it does reveal again and again till we all have it in our psyche that it can be a very big problem, but there also needs to be rules in order for groups to succeed too. So how do you find the perfect balance in these things? And the more information that comes out, and I hate to say it, but we learn a lot of our information through media, and that includes movies from Hollywood, movies that come out of Korea, TV shows that come out of Korea, and these girls aren't going on to lie. They're going on to tell the truth and just explain their side. They finally get a chance because K-pop isn't set up that way to talk about the reality side. You have to just go up and show up and dance and smile, sing nice, dance nice, look pretty, wear the tight thing, and then get off the stage and you don't tell anybody anything else. And so it's good that this TV show let her talk even a little bit about it, don't you think? Hit the comment section. I know this possibly may not be new news, but it is very intriguing, at least for me. I wasn't expecting her to say daily weight goal. Were you? Was anybody?
I'm not surprised. Well, K-pop can be a very great environment, or it can be a very toxic environment for people who are trying to make it big. And not all companies are built the same, and not all companies are supportive of their actors, their actresses, their singers in the same way.
And I also think there's more pressure on females, not just because of the female thing, but because there's more female K-pop groups, more girl groups, so there's more competition. Comments, you guys. Click the like button. Thank you for supporting us here at HallyuBack. Click the bell for notifications. Check out the link to KGal. And don't forget to subscribe for more HallyuBack news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego!